Well, a lot of things have happened this week in Major League Baseball as we get closer to spring training, to pitchers and catchers reporting. Ever since Kyle Tucker's massive signing with the Los Angeles Dodgers, things have kind of started to pick up and get hot as we get closer to spring training. Let's go over those real quick. So, right after Kyle Tucker got signed with the Los Angeles Dodgers, the New York Mets have made a couple moves this week. The big one was the signing of Bo Bichette. Now, this is going to be interesting how the Mets go in and kind of slot Bichette into the lineup because you have Francisco Lindor at shortstop. They signed Marcus Semien, just they traded him traded for him way back before Christmas even. They brought in Jorge Polanco as well. So how is Bo Bichette going to fit into this lineup? Right now, we think he's going to play third base, a new position for him, but I think he can do it. He played a little bit of second base in the World Series and had never had played before. So played that position in the big leagues. So that was a key move there for the Mets. The White Sox are getting in on this action now this offseason, which is surprising because the White Sox are normally very quiet, but it looks like they are wanting to try to rebuild as well. They go and make a trade with the Mets. The Mets get Luis Robert Jr. The White Sox get Luis Angel Acuna, Ronald Acuna's little brother. This is a great move, especially for the White Sox, because they get a top prospect who has some major league experience, who can kind of bring a little bit of flair to that lineup. I like it. The Mets, we don't know what you're going to get with Luis Robert Jr. He's been often injured, doesn't really sell out, doesn't really go out and make plays, kind of gives up on plays. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see what the Mets do with him in the lineup. So, of course, obviously the big one was the New York Yankees. As we stay in the tri-state area, the Yankees finally get their guy in Cody Bellinger after going back and forth. It's a pretty big deal for him. He gets 5 years and $162.5 million. Opt-outs after the second and third years. So Bellinger stays in New York as a Yankee. Great move, I think. After missing out on Kyle Tucker as well. It seems like everybody missed out on Kyle Tucker, so they kind of have pivoted to different things. Lastly, real quick here, the Mets have been very active this week. They get in trade for Freddie Peralta with the Brewers. The Brewers get Brandon Sproat and Jet Williams, who's a prospect in the Mets organization. So Peralta, who's supposed to make $8 million in 2026. So Mets making some moves, kind of bolstering the lineup, starting to bolster their rotation. So a lot of great things this week. If you have any news updates, feel free to drop them in the comment below. Take care, guys.